What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. CDK Boxing. This is Sports Talk Network. I got the champ in the house, the WBO, IBF, and Ring Magazine, newly crowned Miss Shadasia, the Terminator Green. How you doing this morning? The sweet Terminator. Let me rephrase that. The sweet Terminator.
You can call me the Terminator because I ain't gonna be so sweet in the future, So, especially not while fighting. But I'm doing pretty good. Just up doing some household things before I head out. So I feel
Yes,
good.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. One thing about me, I'm real high on believing in God has a plan for us all.
Yes,
And I
sir.
truly believe that you've been on your journey for a while, and
Hmm.
God don't make no mistakes. When your time is here, God gonna make sure it come through. And you had your time, and I was just so happy. I'm talking about, watching the fight, and just I was worried. I was like, I just hope the judges don't try to take it from her. Everything goes through my mind because you see so much happen in boxing.
Hmm.
So was during the fight, was you kind of worried before the decision? Was you worried?
I kept hearing a lot of things. I knew that I was a huge underdog. Even though I felt like my power had stood out a bit more, but her experience played a factor and what the betters thought. So I prepped myself up prior to the fight to not worry about that. Just put my best foot forward and fight my fight. And I kept telling myself like, yeah, I'm gonna beat this girl. My trainers kept telling me, and so we really put in the work in the gym. And come fight night, even with the point when the point was taken, I wasn't gonna be denied. I just kept fighting. So I wasn't really necessarily worried because that worry becomes a thing, and I've dealt with that before. I'm sorry, I got little animals. So sorry,
Yeah,
but
that's okay.
that worry becomes a thing, and if I would have let it soak into my head, then it would become alive. So I refuse to do that. I've been through that before with anxiety and whatnot. So
Yes, definitely, definitely. There's a lot going on in boxing. We had a good card last night, a few good cards,
yeah.
and got to see Clarissa and watch her fight last night.
Hmm.
And I know right now there's a possibility maybe that you and Savannah Marshall. Have you heard anything about a rematch, maybe, or her wanting a rematch?
I don't want to even hear anything from a promoter right now because I've been training so long, so much, and
Yes, yes.
I rarely take a vacation. Right now, I'm suspended out of the gym for 30 days. I'm still running and working, but I do think about the future. I haven't heard anything from anybody, but Savannah Marshall is a great fighter, a great world champion. I believe that she can come back and excel in this sport with the help of MVP. But right now, I'm not even answering my phone for none of that stuff. I am excited about what could possibly take place, but I'm just trying to get to a beach, eat some of my favorite foods, keep my house
Definitely.
clean, walk my dog, feed my cats, as you just can see. And off subject, this is my robe that I walk around in the morning. And I think this robe reminds my cat that I rescued outside of one of my apartments. So she
Oh,
jumps so when she see it, I don't know if you're an animal lover, but when she see me have it
yeah,
on,
I love
it
animals.
just she just jump up. So that was like kind of cool. I wish I would have videoed that, but yeah, I'm it's important for fighters to recover and spend time with their families. A lot of people don't understand that fighters are some of the softest people in the world because we got to be so hard all the time. We got to be tough through the press conference, tough through the weight
Yes,
cut,
man.
tough through the training, and then even tougher in the fight. So when we get that opportunity to let it all go and just relax and be ourselves, we are softer than marshmallows. So I'm just relaxing right now, spending time with my nieces and nephews, my wife, my daughter, my animals, and I enjoy being home, out of trouble. But I can't lie, I'm excited and looking forward to what's next.
Definitely. And I just to let you know one thing about me, I do my homework, and I definitely seen where you said you was looking to purchase you a new house, and you had
Hmm.
I know you got the bonus money. Don't I'm not gonna
Yeah,
say what it was, but you got you a
yeah,
bonus, and you
yeah.
looking to purchase you a new house, and you also said that hey, family means everything to me. So you wanted to stay in New Jersey. You didn't want to
Hmm.
leave out of New Jersey. You
Hmm.
just wanted to move to I guess a better neighborhood of what I
Right.
was reading up on. But did you get to go to the water park, the indoor
Yeah,
water park?
yes, I did. I took all my babies to
Yeah.
Kalahari Resorts. It's a huge indoor water park. It was a lot of work. because I got three little babies. I got
Okay.
an 8, 9 year old who don't like to get on the water rides but loves to be in a jacuzzi in the pool. And then I
Mm.
got two nieces. I got a 4 year old who is just all for the thrill. I'm watching her jump in the water. She's going underwater, so I'm trying to grab her life vest, and she's like, "Auntie, no, get off of me." So we had a great time. I wanted to leave early, so we got there when it opened. These kids made me stay until it closed. So they enjoyed me. I know they had a lot of fun. They've been calling me nonstop. They want to come over because when they come over here, I give them the royal treatment. Those are my first kids. I do what I
Right.
do for them. I try to be an example of what success is in a positive manner and doing things the right way. Because where we come up, being born and raised from Paterson, New Jersey, there's not a lot of success stories that you can be like, oh, okay, I want to be like that person, or I want to be like that person. So I try to exude and be an example for my nieces and nephews to to let them know and show them that no matter how long it takes, if you stay on your journey and you stay committed, you can achieve everything that you have that's in your heart and in your mind. So, those are my
Yeah.
babies.
I definitely agree with that. I got grown children, but I also started over, and I have a 7-year-old. He turned 7 yesterday, and he
Congratulations. I
keeps me
tell him to
going.
say
Thank
happy
you.
birthday. Yeah.
I will. Thank you. He
hmm
keeps me going, but he gives me life, and he lets me know, that a lot of these young children, especially these young black kids, they need somebody. They need positive role models and people to bring them up the right way. So I
Right.
try to make sure that he always sees me in a positive light, and also
Right.
let him know that kids need somebody. Like I was saying yesterday, we were speaking on son. I think it's what do you feel about kids and when kids have superheroes? Do you
hmm
think it's important for the parents to be the ones they look at as superheroes?
it should be important, right? But that's not always necessarily a factor.
Hmm.
Our children now have access to so much, right?
Yeah.
So, just to break it down a little bit, all of my nieces and nephews play sports.
Yeah.
I got Tassir, Tremaine, Titus, Little Future. He's not really playing no sports right now, but he's young. I think he's gonna be a fighter. And then I got Trinity and
Mm.
Noodle. Now Tassir, Tremaine, and Titus, they all play football, and I'm proud right now because Tremaine um, they're all really good, but Tremaine is he plays defense, and you should see how many sacks he averaged a game. He just got invited to join the Player of the Year competition, so he's going to
Mm.
be performing in that. But he likes the Dolphins, Tyreek Hill, right? That's his
Okay.
hero. He loves it. They watch
Mhm.
football. They went against me with the Eagles and the Chiefs. I'm a big Patrick Mahomes fan,
Okay.
So we go back and forth, but um, they're very in tune with my career. Like I don't know if you've seen footage. One of my nephews, when I was crying on TV after I won, he was crying. So they're very in tune with my career. However, I play a sport. Now I did teach them all how to fight, but I play a sport that they might not ever participate in competition wise. So what
Right.
I did was for Christmas, I bought Tremaine and Tassir 3 tickets to the Dolphin game to see Tyreek Hill.
Oh yeah.
And for me, I can tell that Tyreek Hill is a hero to my nephews. And so what I do is I support that. You know, I push them towards that. There's college football players and different like high school football players that my nephews will come and be like, listen, this guy is really good. So I'm just appreciative that they're taking a liking into something so positive, whether it's me, whether it's their mom or dad. I just love the fact that they are watching positive sports and getting involved with the right stuff because they have opportunities to do all the wrong things, but they choose to do the right thing.
Definitely, definitely. You're right about that. I know you're very
hmm
busy this morning, so I want to ask you a few more questions before you have to get out of here. You said you're taking time off. Right now, they got you off for at least 30 days,
Yeah.
if I'm correct. Okay, 30
Yes.
days. And everybody has to take that time off. That's just the way boxing is set up, regardless of whether you get bruised or whatever it may be. You have to take that time off. There is a little time in between before you're able
Yes.
to go back.
hmm
3 fights I want to ask you, if it's possible, looking into the future. Uh, you only have one blemish on your record. You're 16-1 with 11 KOs.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, would you want a rematch? Would you want that fight again?
I'll be honest, in the beginning, because we tried so hard after the fight to get it, and I understand you took the belt, why should you rematch me if the money is not in my favor? And so after some while like of chasing that and then watching the smear campaign that she just like kept like every time I was out fighting, it was always something negative. And as a unit, we already was small. We
Right.
already trying to make an embark on this business as women professional fighters. I just didn't understand why she was going so hard to smear me. So what I did was I just kept quiet. I really didn't say much. Like I didn't, I wasn't, you know, bashing her with her last performance. So in the beginning, I'm like, no, especially like after some time. But now it's like you can't turn down what it is that you. My dream, my number one goal was to always become the super middleweight undisputed world champion. So
Right.
now I'm thinking about it, and I do want people to know that as a fighter, you're in control, right, to a certain extent. But
Hmm.
me, I value my team's opinion, and I value the request that they want. And right now, my trainers they want that. They want that to be undisputed, and I respect them so much because at the end of the day, yeah, I'm going in there fighting, but they're providing the tools and the knowledge for me to perform the way that I need to perform to be victorious. So that's definitely been something that they've been discussing with me. Like, yo, we need to go for that. So I possibly would definitely entertain a rematch with her.
Definitely. And we know Clarissa Shields. In women, especially in women's boxing, she generates a lot. We seen last night it was a sold out crowd. It looked like in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Looked like 15,000 down there. Have you ever thought about the possibility of that happening? I mean, would you? How would you feel about that fight?
I would love that fight. I was hoping that she mentioned my name after I stood up and I supported her. I thought she put on a great performance. I think Clarissa Shields is a fucking phenomenal fighter. Excuse my French. Um, my last fight, when I went to the press conference, they made it seem like I called her out. No, interviewer asked me a question and said, "How do you feel about fighting Clarissa Shields?" And I said, "I would love to fight Clarissa Shields." I'm sure
Definitely.
Kobe would have loved to play Michael Jordan one on one or LeBron
Yeah.
James because you're in the game to be competitive and you want to test yourself and be victorious. You know, within competition against what is considered to be the best. And that's why Katie and Amanda, they really set the bar so high because they're two of the best and they do not
Yeah.
mind fighting and going blow for blow. I hate that Clarissa Shields takes it as a dig that I'm calling her out. Like, yeah, it's not a dig. I respect your skill set. I respect what you've
Right.
done for women's boxing. Yes, I would love to share the ring with you and go toe to toe with you. I wish she would have said my name last night, but I get it. Business and promoters and everything else, it comes into the play. So I definitely would love to fight Clarissa Shields.
Right. And I thought I can't lie. I thought that she was gonna say your name last night. I sit there and listened and waited because I was like, you know what I'm saying, right now, there's not a lot of heavyweight for her to do.
Right.
And I was thinking, I was like, well, who could she call out? And I am not gonna lie, I was looking forward to that. I waited for the post fight, you know what I'm saying, to see what she would say. And when she didn't
Yeah.
say your name, it kind of salute jab.
It
It
shot.
kind of shocked me. You know what I'm
It
saying?
shocked
It
me
did kind of
too.
shock.
It shocked me
Yeah.
too.
So it
I
did
was
shock you
like,
too.
yeah, yeah, because okay, so she came and she supported us at Madison Square Garden. She actually congratulated me, was real nice because me and Shields used to be really good friends until we had our bumps in the road. So, however, and the interviewer asked me about her, and I answered, and that kind of went off. They pick and do pieces of you know the post interview and they post what they want to draw
Yeah.
some attention. So that drew some attention, and then she went on and she did a couple of podcasts and she said that I couldn't mess with her. I wasn't on her level, and that now that I had beat Savannah and I had belts, that she would entertain a fight with me. So I was expecting her to stand on her too and be like, you know what, I want to fight Shadasia Green, but I waited and it never came. And I think she's in the predicament where she can do whatever it is that she wants to do that's going to suit her career. She's earned it, She's put women's boxing on the map. The girl is a great fighter, and whatever it is that she see fit for her future, I understand.
Definitely. This is my last question because I know you had a lot to do this morning. Do
Mhm.
you think that you and Clarissa Shields will be able to work together because of Jake Paul promotion? And I love what Jake Paul is doing for women's boxing. The only
Yeah.
I'm scared that that might be what interferes with y'all fight as far as her maybe not want to work with him.
Honestly, I think that we'll be able to work something out because, as Salido said yesterday, Clarissa Shields is a boss. And MVP does not take away from that.
Right.
Jake and Nikita, they have their way of doing things, and the tournament back and forth, or Clarissa tournament Jake or whatnot. But Jake wants to see women win. Nikita wants to see women win. So I think,
Yeah.
look, it's hard to not think that they are not willing to work with um, Clarissa Shields when they work with Katie Taylor, who's a bit more silent, a lot more humble. But I'm sure Katie Taylor had demands like, look, Amanda wanted to go 3 10-minute rounds. Katie
Yeah.
said no, and there was no question. If Katie doesn't want it, Amanda does. Okay, so we gotta go with you know what Katie wants. So here it is. I'm a signed fighter at MVP. I think that if she came in with the proper stipulations and she had a conversation with Nikita and they were able to figure out the business momentum of it all, I think it's definitely a possibility that they can work together and we can put on a magnificent card.
Definitely. I definitely hope it happens. I hope you and Clarissa get the opportunity, and you
Mhm.
deserve the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? That's
I
a big
appreciate that.
opportunity for who she is right now and what she means to women's boxing. And you've made your way through and done everything. You put in the hard work, so I
Hmm.
think you should
Hmm.
definitely be next. It
Thank
shouldn't be
you.
nobody else. You know what I'm saying? But you,
We shall
Clarissa, should be
see,
looking.
brother.
You say
Hmm.
you will see.
I said we shall see, but stuff like this happens. It don't happen overnight. Talks get brewing, and then meetings start happening, and then next thing you know, 6 months later, it's a car. Like, whoa, it's a surprise. Nobody ever knew that me and Savannah was lacing up our shoes to go and possibly fight on July 11th till about, let's say, 5 or 6 weeks out, or
Right.
7 or 8. So it takes time to happen. I'm hopeful, um, positive that we can work something out, and we gonna when it happens. I hope we are able to get in there and put on a great performance and give the fans what they want to see.
Thank you. Before you go, Jab Queen, she said to let you know, congrats on getting the keys to the city.
Thank you. Thank you. It was an honor to be honored by my city where I'm born and raised. I fight for my city. I'm proud of my city. No matter the negative press that we get, I'm just a kid out of Paterson, New Jersey who refused to follow and took a chance on leading. And here I am now, key to the city, proclamation, WBO, IBF, and my favorite, that Ring magazine. Boy, I can't wait to get my hands on that.
All right. I appreciate you this morning. I thank you. A lot of people, I know you were very busy. You're a hot commodity. And I appreciate you just giving me the time. And like I said, keep
Absolutely.
doing what you're doing. God is truly amazing. And I'll be looking forward to your next fight.
Thank you. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you for taking the time out. And I know it was short notice that we switched it to today. I just,
Right.
I'm out there. I'm working with the kids tomorrow, so I got a couple of kid classes to teach because I'm still in reach, and I want them to be able to touch me no matter how, like, what's going on. I got to give back
Right.
to my city. I got to give back to my city in any way that I can. So, thank you for taking out the time and interviewing me today, and I appreciate you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All
The
right.
champ was in the building. I appreciate everybody for coming through. Miss Shadasia, she's not gonna say the Terminator Green. I ain't gotta put the sweet in there because she said she's not gonna be sweet no more.
Yeah,
No
man. You
more
all
sweet.
right, girl. You
All
all
right,
right,
this is
girl.
CDK Sports Talk Network. I'm out.